about Tiger Stadium is its unique feel. When you walk in there, you have a great atmosphere. And the way that old jukebox ballparks were created, you were on top of the players. I mean, you never sit closer players than anywhere else in baseball. My favorite memory would have been the last opening game I went to. It was against Tampa in '98. It was impossible to get tickets in '99, but that was my favorite memory probably because, you know, they got a win. The first year of the Devil Rays franchise at the time. But it was just really nice going to the opening day and being able to experience that one last time before they shut it down the following year. This ground is more sacred than most churches. I know it sounds blasphemous, but really it is. This is pure right here. It's awesome. And people, the Navin Field Crew, I gotta give them a thumbs up. They do a great job.
My name's Jason Koopser. Second to last game at Tiger Stadium. I was down here with my buddy Rick. Beautiful sunny day, sitting in the left field bleachers. Well, not bleachers, but outfield. And just a beautiful day. Never gonna forget it. Just had a wonderful time. Another stadium memory that I have was when Pavarotti and the Three Tenors came into town. I saw him actually play before the stadium got brought down. So got to see that concert with my father before he passed away, and they were some of his favorite artists. So it holds a special place for me.
Just coming here with my grandpa. First game I ever came to was probably 1983, the year before they won the World Series. But my grandpa loves the Tigers, and I loved hanging out here with him, coming to games. A lot of good memories.
I really don't remember too much about it. But it was a World Series game, and I think we came down here to tailgate with one of my mom's boyfriends. And I just remember people everywhere.
As a teenager and young adult, was at the game when they won in '84, sitting in the bleachers. It was a great game. And then my sister and I went to the last day, and it was very sad when the lights started all going out and we started crying. Now I'm gonna cry. And I haven't even had a beer yet. Well, we miss it, and that's why we're here.
I had wonderful times when I was about 6, 7, 8 with the Cub Scouts. We used to come here all the time, and bang on the green seats.
Yeah, when we were kids, we used to take the Grasset bus down here every opening day, and we did it probably 10 years in a row. And I just miss the old days, miss the old park.
One of my favorite places in the United States or any place on earth. Attended games with my grandfather, father, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters. Greatest memories, I can remember sitting during the '68 World Series run and getting seats for all different places. We actually sat in the triple deck one time. I don't know if it was a '68 run, but it might have been. Up in the press box. My dad somehow got tickets to that. And I'm pretty sure it was me, him, and my grandfather at that game. And just so many great memories. And I'm down here at opening day, and I'm going to have a great time.
And their plans are to come over here to Michigan and put storefronts all the way down. And from the corner to that corner, they're going to put condos. And right behind you on the third base side, they're going to put their PAL headquarters in a 2,500 seat stadium. But if they don't unfortunately get the money, which we hope they do, by October, it's up in the air. We're for it. You know, anything to keep this from becoming a nail salon or whatever, something crazy like that. But long as the youth of Detroit are using this in colleges to play baseball like it was intended to be.
The fact that you're considering, or they're considering, field turf instead of the natural grass that has been on this site for almost 103 years now in the configuration that we're looking at here today. Baseball has been played. Navin Field opened on April 20th, 1912. The exact same field is still here. The flagpole that was here on that day is still here. And the history, I can't imagine. And it's sacrilegious to me to put field turf where all the greats have played. Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, Charlie Gehringer, Hank Greenberg, Mickey Mantle, Mickey Lolich. I mean, the greatest players in the history of baseball have played on this site, and for them to change it to field turf would just be, I would cry if that happened. The Tigers won a world championship here 31 years ago. And I was fortunate enough and blessed, thank you, to be here and to work here for 4 seasons, 83, 84, 85, and 86. And I watched the Tigers win a championship on this field. I watched them win the American League pennant on this field. I watched them win the division on this field against the Milwaukee Brewers. Those 3 things are the highlights of my life. And it all happened right here. Well, one time, this was in, I want to say it was in 86, the Tigers had a pitcher named Dave LaPointe. He was a real practical joker. He was always pulling practical jokes on me and everybody else in the clubhouse. So I got with Lance Parrish one day. Dave was supposed to start. It was a game of the week against, I want to say, the California Angels on a Saturday, NBC game of the week. And I said, today's the day we pulled a prank on him. I need one of your jerseys. He said, what are you going to do with it? I said, I'm going to take LaPointe's jerseys out of his locker room and I'm going to put your jersey in. And so, sure enough, LaPointe went in there and he's going like this because nobody's going to fill out Lance Parrish's jersey like Lance Parrish. I mean, he's a big dude. And LaPointe's like this, and he gets all the way out to take his warm-up tosses on the mound for the NBC game of the week, and someone says to him, hey Dave, you better go put on your jersey. You got on Big Wheel's jersey. And he came back in the locker room, and I was laughing like crazy, and so was Lance. So he knew that we were the ones who did it to him. So, but he was a guy that was always pulling stuff on everybody else, so turnabout is fair play. Oh yeah, my buddy Bill Fundero, he worked behind the plate, wanted 24 baseballs delivered to home plate to Bill because there was a lot of foul balls, you know, hitting the stands, and they needed 24 more baseballs. So it was a Sunday morning, and or Sunday or Saturday. Anyways, instead of I took all the baseballs out of the box and put donuts in the box instead. So when he went to hand the thing to the umpire, and the umpire opened up the box and said Major League Baseball on an American League balls, it was all donuts. And you can see on the TV monitors, those guys just laughing. They knew I did that too. So. Those are just 2 funny stories. Well, my favorite story is this one involves me too. Is the day the Tigers were in they were going to have the parade after they won the World Series. I walk up to this one guy who I don't know. I assumed he was an out-of-town reporter, and I said, I'm sorry, sir, you've got to leave. He says, I'm Larry Johnson. I'm the director of the parade. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know who you were. You can stay, of course. So at the end of the day, we're all walking out of the locker room. It's myself, Sparky, Schmeichel, and this Larry Johnson. And so I shake Larry's hand. I say, hey, it was nice meeting you. Good luck in the parade. I'm going to go around ride the bus over with the rest of the employees to Kennedy Square. He says, no, he says, I got a spot in one of the cars for you. I'm like, you know, twist my arm. You know, we walked out on the Cochran Avenue right here, and we walked up to Lopez's car, and he had a bunch of family members, and we walked to Doug Bear's car, he had a bunch of family members. He said, oh wait, nobody's riding with Sparky. So we walk up to Sparky's car, and before Larry could get the words out, Sparky says, Joseph, my boy, get in. And he pulled me in the car, and I got to ride in the Tigers 1984 victory parade with Sparky Anderson to the cheers of, I don't know, 250,000 people in downtown Detroit.
That's phenomenal, Joe.
Yeah, thanks, man. Every time I think of that and I think of him, he was like a father to me. I had a really great father. He's up there too. Him and Sparky and Ernie are all smiling down on us today.